All right. I think it's going to switch over at any second now. There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the break/party stream of today's Authortube and Booktube under 1K subs marathon. There's a gorgeous little pet. I want to remind y'all that this is a break stream, so we are going to be chatting. We have some questions to ask y'all, but if you need to get up and move around, do so. You don't have to stay for this. I appreciate if you do, but you don't have to. Now, I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves. Ruth, if you want to go first, and then Maggie.
All right. Hello. I am Ruth Madison. I write short contemporary romance books with disabled characters, and I have been self-publishing them since 2009. I absolutely love self-publishing. I discovered that I also love book marketing and author websites and tech and learning all the things so that I can do everything for myself. And it's amazing, and I'm so grateful to live in a time where that is possible. So I'd be very excited to meet more writers, join more community. I recently moved, and I'm kind of missing all of my local friends that I don't have anymore. Pass it to Mama Maggie.
Hello, lovelies. Mama Maggie Ward. Migraine overcomer, stroke sufferer. I started writing to recover language, and now I have almost 40 books published, anthologies and stuff. Also, huge loves. Ruth and I share the love of self-publishing, the journey. It is just the best part, and that we can do that ourselves now is wonderful. We are here today with the under 1K subs marathon. So please, as you're hopping around the streams, as you're following the chats, please follow the people you see that you don't know, because we need to build each other's channels up. We need to help each other because algorithms tend to frown on small channels. And even if you're following a small channel, YouTube might not necessarily show you their content unless you keep interacting with them, helping them build. So this is the whole point of the under 1K subs marathon. I am also part of the For the Love of Words writing marathon with Cat's Chaos Cafe. So please check that out too for the month of February. Just small writing challenge to get us back in the routine of writing, because all of you know what a big routine person I am. The way you write things to get things done is you have the routine. So yeah, I'm here, and we've got Sam, who is making a routine of writing My Husband Wants, cozy, romantic-y type series, which is totally worth every bit of reads.
Thank you for that. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome to my channel. I am writer Sam Wicker. I write everything. No. I do romantasy mostly. It ranges from really, really dark kind of erotica type to happy-go-lucky fun times. So yeah, it's a nice mix, I believe. But every single one of my books has mental health representation, and a few that are other disabled types as well. So yes, do remember to subscribe to everybody. We are here to support one another. That's the reason why Jenna, okay, the reason why we started the marathon, Jenna, the soul writer, kind of dropped an idea. And I'm like, I can't do this. And I did. I did it.
At least we're not launching books this year. Last year, Sam and I both launched a book this week while I was modding and she was hosting because, hey, we didn't have enough to do.
I will never do that again. I am never going to do that again because, yeah, that's not happening.
Do not give Sam a challenge. Don't take it seriously.
I will either just drop it and be like somebody else could take care of it, or the stubbornness takes over and I hyperfixate on it and I'm like, I'm going to do it, and I will not let go of it. And that's what happened with this marathon.
Yep.
There's a Mel. and a
Hi, Anita.
Jacqueline, and a Rita, and a Ilsa, and a Kay.
Oh my goodness, we have everybody here today. Hello, lovelies.
Yes, definitely check your bingo card for the scavenger hunt. It should be linked down in the description box below.
I just
I hope.
at mine seeing that comment. I'm like, wait, what? Is there something in our backgrounds?
The pup. There should be a pup on there. There's a Cassandra. Happily subscribed to a bunch of channels this morning. Awesome. Hello, Rach. Did you get some sleep? You need.
I hope Rachel got some sleep.
Yeah. Hey, James.
Stephanie needed sleep too.
Yeah. Definitely. Subbing to loads of channels yesterday and today. That's what we're here for. Awesome. And there's Anita. Hello. All right. I think that's it, unless Restream is hiding stuff from me, which it does every now and then. But let's get into our first little chatty question. Out of your characters, who is your favorite one and why? And if you can't choose a fave, just share the traits you like most in a character. All right. Which one wants to go first?
I'll go first. My favorite characters are the ones that are just the struggle bus. I love writing those characters, but to be honest, completely 100% honest, my absolute favorite ones to write are my old people, are my like 104-year-old Aunt Elizabeth Robinson from Pagosa Cliffs. I love her so much. She was just one of my favorite characters to write. I love writing that kind of snarky, elderly, but funny person surrounded by these young people who think they have the world figured out. And she's just like, oh, honey.
That is fun. That's a good point. Those types of characters are so much fun to have. My favorite, my very first book that I wrote was like a really personal, I mean, I think this happens for a lot of us, like a self-insert, like explore my psyche, really, really deep exploration. Also a love story. Eventually I realized I write romance. It took me a while to accept that. I was like, love stories. I write love stories. No, they're obviously that's what a romance is. Anyway, sidetracked. I invented for myself this perfect boyfriend for this story. And it turned out that he was a lot of people's perfect boyfriend, because when that book got traction with my audience for the first time, people love Stuart. He is he's independent, determined, but kind. He listens hard. He thinks about things. He's got kind of a bad boy past, but he's trying to be better now. And it's led me to think about, I want to revisit his character, because I wrote that book a long time ago and I have grown as a person since then. And my main female character has not. And I don't like her very much anymore.
Oh, no.
So I still have the book up for sale because I think it's important and it meant something to a lot of people. But I have like an author's note in there, like, this was published a while ago. There's some questionable behavior from Elizabeth. I don't condone some of the things that she does, but Stuart remains just stalwart and perfect and amazing. So I'm like, I want to like just do Stuart's entire story, like before that book, during that book, after it, you know?
Yeah.
I end up with a lot of side characters getting their own stories. The two Pagosa Cliffs that are publishing this year are Lloyd's story and Tim's story, and they were both side characters through the whole series. Just these, and it's like, okay, yeah, you get a book, and you get a book, and you get a book, and
that's awesome, because you know your characters are three-dimensional and well-rounded, because even your side characters have enough meat to them to support a whole book on their own. That's fantastic.
My side characters steal the show most of the time, especially in the My Husband Wants series that I'm doing right now. Regis and Verson were the main characters in the first book, but it was Harry and Fedvic, I think, that stole the show.
My most recent book I did was longer and more complex than anything I had attempted before, and it takes place in a nursing home. So I got to play with a large cast of feisty old people meddling and scheming and behind the scenes. It was so much fun. I was like, wow, I need to do more of this. This is so cool. Spending time with these people. I love it.
That is awesome. So my favorite. Go ahead.
I was going to say a good writer wants their readers to know their characters better than they know their own neighbors. So,
yeah, definitely. My favorite type of character, because there is no way I'm picking a favorite, because they'll get loud in my head and I'll have to write their book. So my favorite characters are usually male, believe it or not, and they are snarky, but they're badasses too, usually. So, like I said, Harry and Fedvic stole the show, and they have their own books. Harry has his own book, and my husband wants to keep me dominant. Working on Fedvic's book now, and they are both flirty. They're man whores. They're but they can murder with a blink of an eye, kind of thing. So yeah, that's my favorite kind of character to write. They always have to be witty. My favorite characters always have to be witty in some way. So yeah. Let's do
like A.M. Stewart says one of their favorite characters is Blackthorn. He's the unruffled stability in the chaos. And you can see like that I don't know the character, but I can envision that. I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah, I got this. Like, oh my goodness.
Let's pull this one out of the fray. Okay, he's coming up. Let's see. Ilsa says, "You're asking me to choose between my children?" I know. I get the feeling. Stephanie says, "I'm obsessed with my male main character in my romantasy. He's a morally gray with a lot of sass. I love it."
I love Morally Gray. My very first crush was on Long John Silver. Oh. And I stand by that. I reread it recently and I'm like, this book is awesome. And this character is very dynamic and not as one-dimensional as people think. He's extremely morally gray. And I was like, I see a pattern here.
Ilsa says, "My characters all have traits that I love for one reason or another. Too tough to choose." I get that. I totally get that.
True. I think like after you do the self-insert thing, if you do, then you start like characters that just have like one piece of your personality, one piece of your experience.
Mm-hmm. Maggie pulling double duty. I think I love my elderly side characters more than my MCs because it feels like less pressure. Yeah.
They're more fun to write.
They are.
They
are. Carrie says she's not a main character now. To be decided soon. I'm trying to resist the urge to write her spin-off, my MC's grandmother. She's a sassy Scottish 80-something-year-old who takes no poo, and I love her so much. I like her.
Ooh.
She is a funny character. If you've read the series, she is a funny character.
Stephanie totally gets Ilsa's comment. I'm also pretty sure that all my male main characters is some version of my hubby.
Yeah. Mine is not. My hubby is the sweetest, gentlest man who loves bubble baths and scented candles. He is endlessly supportive, great at communicating, very in touch with his feminine side. And here I am, like, reading books about these, like, tough guys that are sassy and morally gray and witty and, like, in real life.
My hubby's a cinnamon roll. He's a living cinnamon roll. But I have a couple male characters that are like that. I kill them. I figure if I keep writing their deaths, then my husband's deaths will never come. Yeah, if I keep writing that fade out, then his will never come. So yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh,
cosmos others.
I'm transferring his fate to others. No, but I also I love writing these damaged, struggling alcoholics, struggling with relationship issues, struggling with with trust issues, and you guys can be as damaged as, you can write guy characters that are just as damaged and traumatized as female characters, and you don't have to write Christian Grey.
Yeah,
we're not gonna
yeah, there's so many varieties of responding to trauma.
And it's and you can write, all of the issues that ladies have, men have too. And so it's, Lloyd, who's getting his book now, you've spent the last 5 books in Pagosa Cliffs under the Pagosa Stars, watching him struggle with his trust issues and struggle with his commitment issues and everything. And it's why him and the Baker Millie never get together, because he just pushes her away too many times because he has trust issues. He has commitment issues. And then in his story, he's going to run into someone who's got commitment issues, but for a completely different reason than him. And so, yeah, you can write damaged characters. You can write men who, and they don't have to all be that cold stoic type. They can be that explosive temper type that goes off, that blows up and then goes off and sulks and is like, I'm sorry. Now, you can say you're sorry, but if you don't change your behavior,
there's no point.
But there's something to be said for, especially in romances, that we don't necessarily want this in real life.
Yeah.
I remember it to be my perfect friend, and now I'm like, no, actually, the person my husband is a much better partner and fantastic for real life. But I still want to read about these other damaged people.
And there's a thing is having sexual chemistry, tension chemistry between characters who absolutely will not work in a relationship. And it's okay to write a broken romance, a second chance romance, where the two people that are like, oh, they've got so much chemistry, but they don't work as a couple. And honestly, that's part of the reason that was part of my DNF for the whole Fourth Wing series.
Oh.
I know everybody's right. Oh, what is the ship name for Xaden and Violet? Vaden? Voiden, something like. Anyway, they don't work as a couple. I'm sorry. I'm glad they have chemistry.
Of the old movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where they have so much chemistry because they get together when they're both supposed to be assassinating someone. Then they try to settle down in suburbia with each other, and they hate it, and they're just snippy with each other. They need that adrenaline and excitement.
They snip at each other. And it's just they're sitting at dinner. Oh, you changed the drapes. Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. And there's got to be something there more than just chemistry to make a couple work. And yeah.
I think all my boys have a little bit of Gonzo in them because I call my husband Gonzo. It's his nickname. But he's witty and he is so freaking smart, and he will just randomly out of nowhere quote a movie or a book or something and then just laugh at himself until he can't breathe, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, he's in a lot of my male characters.
I think I did a lot of writing before I met my husband. I found him kind of later in life, so didn't have a chance to imprint in my male characters.
That's awesome. All right, Rach says it's so difficult to choose. Yeah, between all yours. Yeah. But I think it might be one you've not met. Arkin, who is quite the upset from the very end of the first series, is going to be love wrapped in chaos. Oh no.
That's intriguing.
Yeah.
In.
All right. And Rita says, my fave would have to be Salem. I love that name. Who's a 16 accepting her firepower and finally having real friends. She was bullied for years. Oh, that sounds so good. And we already did Anita's snark and sass, and the male main character is just top tier in my eyes. Yep.
I am not great at writing snark and sass. I wish I don't know. Are there resources to get better at that? Because I want my romance novels to have that.
Have teenage daughters.
Thing.
Have 3 teenage daughters at once.
I have one daughter and she's 7, so
It's coming. Sorry.
I'll have to borrow my friend's daughter. Get her to come over. Take notes.
Love the drama that's not my own. Yeah. There are some discoveries Tara makes about her boyfriend's family dynamic, and it makes her question a lot in Booktube. As someone who recently discovered she's probably demisexual, the physical attraction alone is not enough, and it reflects in writing. I need the strong friendship that builds to romance. Yes.
Yeah.
And Stephanie says that's where a lot of my hubby comes out in my male main characters, because he is so snarky, sassy, and witty. Oh, man. All right.
Oh, my husband, he needs to get snarkier.
Another reminder, hydrate, get something to eat, go away if you need to, take a nap, whatever you need to do it.
Nibble the noms, have your noms.
Yep. We'll be here chatting away. All right. Second question. What genre would you never, ever, ever, ever write or read in?
See, you know that I have a twist with this one, because I hate the whole Omegaverse, Appleverse kind of a thing. But I did write the Apostasy, A Luna Struggle, about the whole patriarchy and lack of consent and the complete dehumanization of women in a society. I wrote it with my friend Bryn when I was first recovering from a stroke. I became friends with a woman named Brenda, and she was struggling through end-stage lung cancer. And she was like, we were both very upset with this whole direction that we loved werewolf stories, but we hated this whole thing being threaded into the werewolf genre back in the late teens, the late 20 teens, that was complete abuse, lack of consent, and then, one day they just love you and forget about all the abuse. Everything is going to be fine. Well, we're both abuse survivors, and so it was like, your abuser will never just suddenly stop abusing you and start loving you. This is complete crap. You need to stop telling young girls that this is the romantic ideal, and if he hurts you, that's just him not knowing how to appropriately suggest and express his love for you. And so we were writing it. It's still on my Inkit page. It's called Apostasy. And it is a struggle to read, but she's a nurse and social worker, and I was in medical and am a survivor, and so she asked me to write it for her. So we were writing it together, co-writing it together. Some of it's her experiences, some of it's my experiences, and a lot of these are based on real traumas that we went through and things that she saw as a World Health Organization social worker and nurse trying to get abused women and gay people out of the Middle East before her death. And she passed away. I'd already written the last chapter and the alternate ending before she passed away. So she knew what they were, and then I went ahead and published them. But I and I have things in my stories about lack of consent, and even men suffering, being taken advantage of from lack of consent, because you can get men drunk enough, and I'm sorry, it's biology. Your biology will react.
Yeah, and that's used as an excuse of like, you must have
And
wanted it.
and that is and it's not just, it doesn't just happen to women, it happens to men too. Not as much, but it still happens.
Mhm.
And so there's, I hate that there is a whole dark horror genre, psychological thriller horror genre, based around what basically equates to sex trafficking and that kind of abuse. And this, it's almost, they romanticize it to the point that they make it sound like, oh yeah, this is so not. No, it's not.
Now,
And
with this story, did you subvert those tropes? Like, is it an Omegaverse story, but you like?
no, it is. But the thing is I had the women in it resisting
Mhm.
in like passive ways of resisting. They would resist as much as they could until the monarchy was overthrown
Nice.
and the government was overthrown. But it's a very thing. I see what's going on in society now. This whole "your body, my choice" thing, and everybody talks about The Handmaid's Tale and when it was written and how it was, Christian fundamentalism. No, it wasn't. It was Islamic extremism. But she knew when she wrote it, she could not label it as Islamic extremism because during that period in the 90s, there were dozens of authors who came out, and the most famous was Salman Rushdie, who came out against the Islamic Spring and what was being done to the Islamic people by these extremists that were twisting the Quran. And I can say that because I've actually read the Quran. There's not a lot of people on this continent who aren't Muslim that can say they've read the Quran. I have read the Quran.
That is very true.
And it was being twisted into a control mechanism, like the Christian fundamentalist church is being twisted into a control mechanism.
Yeah, that's where The Handmaid's Tale is so relevant, because even if she wrote it thinking of Islam, it's like it's applicable to any high control.
Yeah, it is, and the thing is it's terrifying, and that was very much of an influence of writing apostasy.
I'm really glad. I think that's a great way to respond when something's happening in writing, a theme that's going on in writing, and it bothers you. Like, you're a writer too. Like, that's a great way to sort of fight back, is like show other sides of it with your writing, and the pen is mightier than the sword and all of that.
And this thing that was being pressed forward at the time when Brenda and I were writing Apostasy was this idea that, oh, well, if you accept it, that empowers you. Accepting abuse does not empower anyone. Accepting having your rights taken away does not empower anyone. Accepting someone else's rights being taken away does not empower anyone. Mm-hmm. So it's, that's my soapbox.
I couldn't tell. I do not have a good answer for this question, but I do think I have attempted to write more erotic, steamy stuff, and it just ends up sounding very samey. Like, I have one way of describing this, and I can't keep doing that, and I don't really like to read it. Like, it kind of icks me out. So I'm like, why am I trying to write this when I don't even read it? Like, let other people do that. So I guess I would say, like, full-on erotica, I will probably never really be able to read or write.
Whenever I try to write it, it either comes off sounding like Frozen, she was impaled by his meat spear, or it just comes off like something like, oh, I've already read this scene in a book, or oh, I've already seen this, and it's like.
And I'm realizing, I don't have as many books as you do, but I think all of my books have like one spicy scene, usually. And It's very much driven by the characters. It's not like this came out of nowhere and they suddenly become different people. You know, it's a way of knowing the characters better as they approach this intimate, vulnerable moment together. But then I have like a small town romance series that does not have spicy, but I did like bonus spicy scenes for each story that you get at my website. I thought that was a good way to do that. But yeah, I can't really picture doing more than, I don't know, maybe 2 scenes between characters before I'd be like, okay, what's another way I could put this?
Oh, I know I'm gonna get when I publish Stars Over Pagosa and Cards on the Table. I know I'm gonna get crap from certain readers because the serial killer in the book is the erotica serial killer, and he uses his first victims' teen girl fantasies. He has written them into books and published them under the author name May I Be Chained. And there's 11 scenes, 10 to 11 scenes per book. And he like has kill kits with the lingerie from the book, with the toys from everything that's described. And about once a quarter, twice a quarter, he's going through killing people. He finds someone through their Discord fan group and takes them off into the private chats, and then he them.
That's terrifying. That sounds like an amazing series, but terrifying.
And yeah, he's yeah. So yeah, I do. Most of mine are fade to blacks, before and afters. I have written scenes, and I was just like, I didn't feel like they added anything to the plot because I write more sci-fi, fantasy, sword and planet, contemporary overcomer fiction. You know, the spicy scenes are nice, but they don't really add to the story that I'm writing.
Yeah.
And I've lost stars on ratings. People have said, well, I would have given you another star if you'd had some spicy scenes or if you'd continued this scene. And I'm like,
you're never going to please those people. I mean,
it's like if you're reading for thirst traps, go back to TikTok. I'm sure they've got a recommendation for you.
And people are always going to say weird things in reviews anyway.
Or go find out what Harry's doing. Pick up the My Husband Wants series. Find out what Harry's doing. Harry can show you some spicy things.
I know. I have to try this series now and see, like, can I be redeemed for like enjoying erotic scenes?
They're very short books. They're novellas, so maybe.
I think like I did a spicy scene in a book called The World Between Us, and I really liked the way that it had elements of character development in it because the male main character has spina bifida and he is allergic to latex, which is a very common allergy for people with spina bifida. And so they have to navigate this, like, things are getting steamy and now he needs to pull back and say, I'm sorry, like, I can't use the regular condom. And then, like, where they go from there.
Nice. Not many people include that little fact.
I get those details.
As for me, I could never write anything without romance in it. That's just not in me. But if I tried, I definitely would not step into the whole mystery suspense thing. There are too many threads for me to keep track of in there, and I will lose 2 or 3 of them, I know, just because
I'm so tempted to try like a cozy mystery series with a like cool detective that's a really like likable character. So I have that like on the back of my head of like maybe one day, but like I don't even know how to come up with mystery plots.
Yeah, like the Belle Earth Witch, the one that I released in last year's marathon, by the way. It has a little bit of mystery in it, but the major genre is romance, and you can see where I tried to add more mystery to it, and it just did not work.
The mystery wasn't even the B plot; it was like the C or D plot story. It's like, oh, that's why that thing is. Okay, now I understand. Yeah. No, but no, it was really good though. I liked it. No, I always end up with romance in the subplots of all of my stuff, and but more than that, I end up with like I like to have the friendship elements, and like enemies to lovers is a trope that I can't write. I can write annoyed with each other or angry with each other to lovers, but like enemies to lovers is like, to me that's like, I'm going to stab you, and and yeah, once there's not really a misunderstanding that you can come back from that comes with you stabbing the other person or shooting the other person or drowning the other person. And it's like, I don't know how I ended up down this one. When I was doing research for AI storybot channels, like last year, I ended up down this thing, and I keep having these things pop up in my feed now because I had researched it, and now these things of these stories where the guy treats the woman like absolute crap, lets his mistress walk all over her, hurts her, causes her a miscarriage or something. It's like literally every story.
Yeah.
A baby dies every story. That's just the way it is. And then they're like, oh, but you're the one that I really loved, and I want to get back with you. Please forgive me. I'm like, are you Delulu? People, you
Just a little bit.
like what level of narcissism are you that you think that you practically killed her, but you're going to love her and make it up to her now? Yeah, no.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that way about those things. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I get those ads everywhere. And I'm like, why? I read webtoons, not this crap.
Yeah, little teaser things before I can press skip. I'm just like, are you serious?
All right. Stephanie says, I'm not sure I could ever write a full horror novel. I can have horror elements, but I don't think I could ever do a full horror novel. I'm too much of a scaredy cat. Yeah. Lauren says, even though I don't mind reading smut in books, I don't think I can write it. Deep horror, says Ilsa. The kind Stephen King writes. I know series like Buffy the Vampire Slayer also sometimes gets classified as horror, but that's not it. And
that's my standard for banter and snark. Absolutely. The Buffy dialogue is what I want.
Yeah. Comedic horror. It's not about genre for me. It's about the book. I've seen good and bad throughout so far.
Yeah, there's always good ones and there's always bad ones. And like the joke that I made earlier about he impaled me with his meat spear was an actual line of a book I was beta reading. And I literally had to have an oh honey moment.
That's so sexy.
Now I'm trying to think if it was one line.
This is all I can think about is, you go to the Brazilian grill and they have the giant thing and they cut the meat off the giant thing and the meat is on the giant meat spear. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, did it come with barbecue sauce?
Was it still hot from the grill?
Sorry.
Laura been trying to read Laura Nettles' book for ages, but I get scared after a couple of stories and shelve it. Laura's book is like
tiny shivers. There's parts in Tiny Shivers that just Laura's short stories that I'm just like, oh no.
You have to read it in daylight. Period.
Yeah, and just it's okay to just read 2 or 3 at a time and then put it aside and then go back and read 2 or 3. I am looking forward to whenever she publishes her YA mysteries, and the demon school one that she's working on, the Dark Academia she's working on now. I've gotten to read 2 chapters of it. I want all of it. I didn't think I would like Dark Academia. I haven't liked any other Dark Academia that I've read, but I really want hers.
Okay. So Anita wouldn't write romance. I suck at writing romance.
But Anita writes good friendships, though.
Yes, she does. Is it genre or tropes? Seem like tropes.
Yeah, I think we've gone from genre to tropes.
And back again.
That was when you were talking about the
Personally, okay.
Omegaverse. Like that comment came up while you were talking about the Omegaverse and the werewolves, and like
I admit I am a genre slut. The whole Pagosa Cliff series started as a dare to write in the genre I hate most, which is billionaire and sports romance. And it's 12 books later.
wow.
Talk about grabbing onto something and not letting go. This one. Worse than I am.
OCD gold brain and hummingbird muse brain said, "Ooh, let's play together."
Yeah. Rita says erotica or spicy romance. Actually, any true romance. Yeah. Horror comes in a lot of flavors. Yes. Charmed and Angel. Oh, I miss those. I need to do a rewatch. The deep psychological horror like Stephen King writes, heck no, but other version I might read. Writing, though, is probably a whole other ballgame. Laura says, I do not like horror, so I will never read it or write it. I'm easily scared and prone to very vivid dreams. Oof. Horror terrifies Kay, but I love to write it. I would probably never write in sci-fi, though. Not that I don't like it. I love it. I just don't think I'd be good at it. I bet you would. Any spice in my books are fade to black. I will probably have some spicy scenes in my main series because they will show things about the characters and their relationships. I don't know if I could fade to black. I need to try that to see if I can.
Challenge yourself. See how it works.
To challenge myself. Rach says, I can write sci-fi by making it mine. I'm not as traditional as most. Ways of the courtesans. Spicy scenes will be more logical. And no meat spears.
No meat spears. Well, no, but they would be Victorian meat spears. So.
Oh, no. I've got a picture of, in movies that try to pretend like they're in Victorian era or older, and the person that always has the little stand with the rats hanging from their tails on it, that's all I pictured, and I'm like, no. No. I'm sorry you're waking up to this conversation.
Good morning.
You're already in bed. It's perfect.
Yeah, mystery is a hard one. Thanks, never left. Had my computer running the playlist. All right, nice.
Oh, sweet. That's so smart. I should do that.
We have extra spicy scenes to use later. We enjoy our spice, but not all of it provides help to the plots. Hence the reason why I
raise your hand if you've been reading a book and come across what you felt like was the obligatory spicy scene that made no sense for the plot or no sense, you're running from your enemies after a massive battle. Oh, here's a cave. Let's go in there and have a spicy moment.
Yeah.
At least throw yourself in the river first. Clean, wash the blood off.
Unless you're into that sort of thing.
But that's like what Harry likes. Come on. No.
I'm actually thinking of Phineas and Sebastian when they were doing their whole warlord phase. But, anyway.
Oh, man. I'm stepping away to get ready to co-host with Adrian. Awesome. I will
Hi, Judy.
in a second. Brogan says people get in relationships, so relationships not necessarily. I can talk. Slow down. Not necessarily romance have a way of entering into my writing. Sci-fi is one I don't read or write. It's just not my thing. Get it? Or fake relationships. Looking at you, Sonny. Yes. Can't wait for this story. All right. That is some crazy-ish, those kinds of stories. We're all gonna love my stream when I read an arc for demonic delights. When is that stream? I'm going to. Is that tomorrow?
Hers is tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow or Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Oh,
I can't keep track of them all. I have brain damage.
It's at 11 p.m. to 1. I don't know if I can stay up that late.
I'm going to be reading some of the more funny parts about pets from my books when I'm talking about my critters stream tonight.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm going to drop this link real quick.
Oh, Rachel, I hope you get Mythic back. I love Adrian's book, Mythic. If you, it's paranormal mystery meets Firefly.
Ooh.
Adrian Santiago's Mythic. If you're a fan of Firefly with a or paranormal mystery with a twist, Mythic is the book for you.
Okay.
I have it. I can show it off.
Yeah, my copy of Mythic is with my daughter as well. So she's off in the Navy, and I hope I get it back. I really do. If not, I'll have to order another one. Yep, that's.
And his second book is coming out this year, isn't it?
It's a little delayed. I think it's being a little delayed. He's got a lot of stuff going on right now.
He's thick.
It is thick. It is a very good read.
Yeah. But not as thick as I'm No Hero. You can use that one for a weapon.
Yeah, I've been seeing some very, very thick books coming out. And I always feel bad about myself. Like I'm not as good of an author because I don't have long books.
Okay, this is the Relic of Time Wars. This is the Relic of Time Wars. The Relic of Time Wars was originally 5 books, and the Huntsman prequel. So if I had not split them, this would be 1 book.
Yeah.
This is just the Huntsman prequel. And
you'd have to give up the weapon.
So
to that.
What I did was I split each. I basically smushed all of the books together into one giant document. Word hated me so much. And then I read the whole thing, and I began splitting them up into turning them into 2 books. It ended up being like 2.5 books per book, and then respiking them all together because, you know, it's like Rachel's. If you put the Dragon Tasker series, like it when you're reading the Dragon Tasker series, it's like 2 books or 1 book when you're reading them, just going along. But if she put them all together, they would be as big as I'm No Hero. And while having thick books, presenting them to people is like, here's this giant book. It's you can get away with selling books like that if you're Brandon Sanderson, because everybody will read 250,000 words for Brandon Sanderson in 1 book. Those of us that are indie authors, we're hedging people. Please read my 70 to 120,000 words. And they're like, oh, it's more than 100,000 words. They kind of lean back and please read, So that was my choice to split them up. And that was why, is because as much as people love to say, I like thick books, the time commitment and the crunch is are they reading your thick books, or are your thick books going on a shelf as a dead tree trophy? Yeah. So that was what I did personally.
But see, I always use it for myself. I'm like, well, I write contemporary romance. Like, there doesn't need to be that much world building. Like, this is not a fantasy novel. This is not. And then I find out, on TikTok that somebody's written like a 600-page hockey romance. And I'm like, what the hell? What did you put in there? Apparently a lot of smut, but still. 600 pages.
Yeah.
I know, like 40,000 is where I usually hit with like a full-length novel for me. And I'm like, I got to get it to 50. It doesn't count. I got to get it to 50. And like, is that in service of the story? Sometimes, maybe. Like, am an underwriter, as they say. Like maybe it needs a little bit more scene setting. Maybe there's some abrupt transitions. But giving myself permission to write some novellas, like those are doing better for me than my other books anyway. So you got to let go of this idea that you have to write a certain length for it to count. Because I'm like 29,000 words, and it's like the bestseller I've had over the last 6 months.
Yeah. I'm No Hero back here ended up being 120,000 words, but before it was 220,000 words.
I'm in awe.
Yeah, don't be. It don't be. It was a pain.
People that write too much, and I shouldn't be, but I am.
But with these novellas that I've been writing and editing and everything, they go by so quick, and I've had so much fun with them. I'm probably never going to go back to 100 and something thousand words. But yeah.
Yeah, I did attempt to write longer with the one I was saying. It was in a nursing home with side characters and more plots, and like never really doing that before. I was like, oh, this is a lot trying to keep track of, and I feel kind of like a headache all the time from this. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to do this again.
I'm a notorious overwriter, so yeah. Writing anything that's less than 60,000 words, again, it is. I have to stop here.
Oh, I worked so hard to get to 60,000 words. Oh, I'm so jealous, honestly.
Yeah, I'm a wordaholic. I'm going to use all of my words and all of your words too.
I have stolen them from you.
Give me it.
The hardest time that I had like building up to the word count that I wanted was the book I'm working on now, which is Fedvic's book, because his character is like, I'm going in and grabbing it. I don't care.
Oh, it's quick.
Yeah.
So I wanted it and I went and took it. So that's pages.
Having to drag him out a little bit is like, oh my gosh.
You got to give him more things to want. He's got
All right. So we got 5 minutes left. Do you ladies want to do your outro, and then we will let them go to Adrian's stream?
After you?
Do I have an outro? I haven't really prepared one. I have a website called ruthmadisonbooks.com, and I have this YouTube channel where I post mostly snippets from my books and some stuff on author thoughts, but I also have Financially Free Author as a YouTube channel where I post a lot about how to market books, how to build your author website, how to self-publish.
Nice.
I am Mama Maggie Ward, stroke survivor, migraine overcomer, and one of the more prolific writers you've never heard of. I write in everything from Sword and Planet to sci-fi fantasy to contemporary overcomer fiction. Right now, Blue Water and Blue Butterflies from my Pagosa Cliffs series is on sale for 99 cents. Free because I'm taking advantage of that Olympics tag, because the main character is an Olympic diver who broke up with her billionaire boyfriend and over a misunderstanding.
Wow, you threw them all in there.
And so, yeah, all the tropes that I hated, I wrote on a bed, and it's become my most popular selling series.
That's amazing.
So, yeah. Enjoy visiting Pagosa Cliffs.
All right. Thank you both for joining me. I loved this chat. It was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do it next time. I think I have one more party sprint or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, follow the playlist. I just dropped it in the chat, and we will see you over in Adrian's stream. Bye, y'all.